Scott Severin is...
could be a 3.5?
I would think he should be, because in these games, he plays as a quad, but in everything else, he's a para 3.
Gotcha.
He was hit by lightning, is how he got his injury. He was hit by lightning, and how he got, so he's got some nerve damage, but
gotcha.
He's very, very capable, you know, compared to a lot of the others.
Yep,
no problem.
All right, we're back from the 31st Annual National Veteran Wheelchair Games presented by Paralyzed Veterans of America and the Department of Veterans Affairs. We're here at the Quad Rugby fourth quarter, 50-29 lead for the black team. Quad Rugby today is presented by Highmark and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 8 minutes to go, Mike, and what are we looking at for the fourth quarter? Do we see any kind of comeback here for Red?
It would be pretty impressive if we saw one, but I don't see black letting up on the gas at all, and I see red starting to fatigue a little bit. Well, if you even look at the rosters, red has quite a few low point players, and as much as there's a few more low point players on the other team, and black, they're all low point players that play regularly in USQRA, and you've got some beginners on the outside. This is their first time seeing the game being introduced.
And here's Timmy Jones off to the races again. He's made a big impact in this game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Scott Severin can sit on the sidelines when you get somebody like Timmy to help out.
Absolutely.
And I'll tell you, that number 4 rookie is doing a heck of a job. As a low pointer, he's pushing really good in that chair.
Absolutely, great pass here to Harold Bostic.
Again.
Bostic scores one more time.
He's one of those deep threats, you know?
Absolutely, he certainly was able to get open on that one. And once again, he provides a shot in the arm early for Red.
Yeah. Now we need some turnovers. Uh-oh, that's not the guy you want to have the ball in front of everybody. All right, Jeff Odom got back on him now.
And he gives the ball up, actually, and Alonzo picks it up.
Yeah, but Jeff's on him,
Jeff
too.
again.
Oh, and a turnover.
Absolutely tenacious. Is it fair to say that Jeff saves his best performance for the fourth quarter?
Yep. It's unbelievable. He blocked one guy, when the guy made the pass, he caught the other guy he passed to and blocked him too.
It looks like there could be 3 of them on the floor. He does the work of 3 in. It's absolutely impressive.
That's why it's taken more than one person to get him in one place and take him out of it.
That's right. And Alonzo Burnett gets the ball in to Timothy Vixay. Backing up in reverse, and a nice move there. Gets it back to Alonzo. A violation looks to be called here.
I think he never dribbled. I think he might have had it too long. I'm not really sure. Those guys have to sit there and count every time somebody has a ball. 10 seconds, you got to put it on the floor. He wasn't playing hot potato and he didn't want to turn it over. He was smart trying to move with the ball and stuff. I think he just kept it in his lap too long.
Yeah.
And there's
Jeff
another
with
long
lead pass
to and that deep threat Harold Bostic is open again.
Bostic just walks his way in there, or wheels his way in rather, and he gets in easily.
I have to go home out there. It's a great hall.
The one good thing Harold's doing is he's giving his guy a nice angle. He looks for an open floor, gives him an angle to throw to, and then just heads there. It's like throwing a Randy Moss or something, you know? He's like the deep threat.
Absolutely. Randy Moss in his heyday. He just retired, actually. But let's see what Jeff does here.
Nice
Jeff maneuvers his way in there, too, and he
Harold gave him 19. Harold gave him a nice block to make sure his end of the goal was open.
They had like these really cute.
And Red is getting the ball back here.
What does that mean? They didn't give him the goal?
Harold Bostic is going to go. No, they did get the goal. Harold Bostic getting after the ball here.
Come on, Harold, keep it in. No.
No, he can't get to it. Lets it go out of bounds.
Is it off black?
Oh, this is going to be Black's ball, it looks like.
Oh, we got some substitutions going on. Uh-oh, we're in trouble now.
Scott Severin back in the game.
And Severin coming on. They already got 51 points. And they got Kemry and Severin coming back in.
Well, they are not holding up by any means.
And Tim's still in too. This is their starting lineup that really showed some power, and they're going to finish strong, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely. And finding the open man here, but unable to handle it.
Bingo.
Scott Severin, again, after some fierce hitting at the half court,
Jeff
takes it in.
Oldham hammered Tim, but Tim got the ball in the shot right as he got hit.
That's great timing. Tim has been able to show all day that he's been able to find the open man.
And the thing is, be patient. Take the hit, let him hit you, hold the ball, and then throw it.
And Jeff gets past him.
He just says, you
just
know
with
what? I'm going to show you
otherworldly
what
speed.
real speed is.
This is how we play the speed game.
Angle him, angle him, angle him.
Good couple of change of directions
angle
there.
him.
And Tim Jones gets the ball back.
Yeah. Severin
And he
to Jones,
scores.
Jones to Severins. How many times have we heard that?
It seems to be a broken record here today.
Look over at me. What are you doing? They are.
I'm not sure where that entry pass was going to, or where it was who it was intended
I
for.
think he was intending somebody to break that never broke, so he just threw that down the court. We got another black ball. It's not looking good for our red team at this point.
Say, kids.
Go get some, go get some Tootsie Rolls.
Again, with 5:57 to
Todd
go, we
Kemry
have a
trying to
20-point
inbound.
lead for Black. Todd inbounds to Scott Severin again. He just always seems to be where the ball is.
Go ahead. Sweet.
And he's got plenty of angle if he wants to take it right now, but it looks like he's going to opt for the time killer instead. Goes in finally for the score. 5:44 left in the game.
There's that deep pass
And the
again.
deep ball again.
Oh, yeah.
Harold
Bostic
Bostic
with
once
another one of
again.
those 80-yard touchdowns, I tell you.
That was the length of the court.
Yeah, well, that's a good throw. Jeff is inbounding now. You know, he's got a great throw. He puts a lot of air under the ball, and he's like, you know what? If they're gonna press us, bust loose, and I'll get you deep.
Absolutely.
Nobody's staying high to cover them. They ought to keep somebody back there. They've done it how many times in a row now? Somebody ought to be looking for Howell coming.
And that's exactly the advantage that having a Jeff Odom on your floor will do for you. They're much more concerned with what Jeff is potentially able to do, and they're sort of
Bang!
letting.
There's a
Oh,
stick.
nice hit there by Jeff Odom.
Yeah,
but all for naught as Scott is able to get into the open, and he's wasting more time and more time just killing the clock. And once again, he goes in for the score. Clearly, when we're looking at players of the game, he's got to be at the top of your list.
Oh yeah, you know, you always go with the team that wins most of the time. But I tell you, for the undermanned red squad, you know, Jeff Odom's been unbelievable, and you know, Harold's been great supporting him.
Absolutely. It took a little time for them to develop their chemistry, but definitely in this fourth quarter, I feel like they've really gelled.
Finally figured out what's going to work for them and what they need to do with the manpower that they have. And as you'll see through the tournament, they'll figure more things out. Obviously, they'll play a different team, and hopefully not as strong as this, and maybe some of the stuff will be working out better for them, and they might be seeing these guys again for a gold medal if they can manage to pull off a win with the next game.
And once again, I want to take time to thank our sponsors. This game of quad rugby, where Black is leading red 55-34 with 5:17 to go. I want to thank our sponsors, Highmark and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we've certainly seen a hard-hitting game, as well as a very tough game here from both sides. But Black has shown a little bit more finesse, it seems like, and it's showing up on the scoreboard.
Oh yeah, and I think we're starting to, the endurance is starting to wear down on the red team, where it was all speed at the beginning with Black, but it just goes to show you conditioning, because they haven't slowed down any, and Seems like Red's dropped a gear or two, other than Jeremy. Jeremy's always got something in the tank, but it's not a one-man game. Like you said, they're all team sports, and you need every team player contributing.
And Jeff Odom would certainly do the job of
Jeff Odom
more
has
than
done
one.
the job of more than one tonight
He's done
already.
the job of more than one for sure. But he can't be the only one that's contributing on the Red squad.
And the thing is, Black has realized that, and now look what they're doing.
And
They're
been
double teaming him, and it's like if they can take him out, they figure they can shut down the Red team.
number one, Jeff Odom again.
Again,
and he
he's got
had Harold
going
Bostic
on.
wide open, but Harold instead
Harold came
opts for
and blocked.
the block.
To get
Jeff gets
open.
in there for the score, casually tosses
I
the ball
think Harold
away.
just wanted to hit seven. Not too many people get to hit him too often. Harold just wanted to give Scott a pop and let him go.
Absolutely. Well, when you got a guy that's
that's a
been that
bad one.
dominant,
Is he going to get there? Oh, that's nice. That's
great
nice.
teamwork there.
I thought he was going to run by that one, but that one slowed up for him.
And number 5, Jeremiah Butler, goes in again for another score.
Good hands by Jeremiah handling that one. Those are the ones that sneak up behind your chair, and you got to adjust the chair to get near it and grab it. And
Jeff
Jeff's on the
Odom's got
push
the ball
again.
again.
Now, where's his help?
Let's see
All
where
right,
he goes.
we got
Oh,
Harold
he picks
blocking for him.
The outside, actually.
Yeah.
Using that block from Harold.
Harold gave him that moving screen and then blocked the one guy in the way of him in the goal. Hands up!
Jeremiah Butler again.
Hands up! There you go. That's you saw the difference
Good
it
play
made.
right there. And oh, look, a turnover. It's
All right,
whistled
we got
down.
a whistle. Yeah. That's another thing with Reds.
Timeout called.
They're not getting their hands up as much as Black. You saw how much of a difference that defense with Severin, just having his hands in the way to block the passing lane. You know, they're sitting there in front of him looking at him without putting their hands up there.
Absolutely. It's amazing how much a difference a hand in the face can make. It makes you think twice about getting rid of the ball. A lot of little things appear to go into this game, and that's just one of them that has allowed the Black team to be really
Mr.
dominant.
Butler again.
Could opt for the handoff.
All right,
Instead, it
don't
looks
forget
like
to
he's
dribble
holding
the
it too
ball.
long.
Okay, up.
He goes for the dribble.
He did go for the dribble,
Jeff
but he turned it
Odom
over.
creates a turnover there, and he's all by himself.
Stole
and
his
he
dribble in
scores
the breakaway, yep. He knew he had to put the ball on the ground and turn it over. It's just Jeff did too, and we saw him put it down. You know, a 3.0 player against somebody with not as good a hands and experience.
Cut him off,
Absolutely. Scott
All right, we're
Severin
gonna get a
again
stick.
with the ball. Cuts inside of a couple of players
See,
here.
he's using his guys for moving screens. That was a nice move by him. He used that guy to get over half
Jeff
court.
is able to
Now he can take
get
all
him,
time
but
in
he's
the
not
world.
able to stop the pass.
Yeah, and Ty Kemry takes the pass and brings it right in.
And once again, Black has drawn to a 20-point lead. That seems to be where it's been almost this entire fourth quarter.
Black has really dominated most of the second half.
Another long ball.
And there we go.
Attended
the
again.
one play that seems to be working for Red.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
it's just that they have no answer, Black does, for Harold. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to matter as Red tries to come back in this game, but it has been a very money play for the Red team.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of their offense has been generated by that long toss from Jeff again.
Yeah.
Sitting back there and
He's
throwing
really-
it three quarters the length of the court and dropping it in his lap for him to make an easy goal.
And really, like you said, it's a simple numbers game. If there are 3 men on him, it's going to be a little difficult for them to get to another guy that's far down the court.
There's not going to be a lot of blockers or pickers in the way. It's going to be nothing but open court.
Now, unfortunately, everyone else from the Red team hasn't quite gotten that memo, and they are staying at their own offensive end of the court.
Right now they're trying to hold number 5, Jeremy, but I mean, when you got Scott and Todd up there, I think
Scott Severin goes in for yet another score.
I think just Red is just outmanned with experience. You know, it showed right from the get-go how these guys gelled. They got here early. They all played USQRA. They were here early practicing. I think they had a game plan going in as these guys got together and like, what are we gonna do?
And Jeff Odom uses a screen. This has really become a two-man game between Jeff Odom and Harold Bostic. And between the two of them, they're providing just about all of the offense and all of the opportunities, and even for
And some real good hits too.
Especially in Jeff's case, we're seeing that he's providing a lot of defense too. Harold gets held up there, and Scott Severin is going to be able to just leisurely come in there for another score.
And I'll tell you what, Jeff is pretty impressive because he's not a big guy like you look at Harold and Scott. But I'll tell you what, when he lays his chair on somebody and pops a hit, he's been lifting some chairs off the ground too.
Absolutely, and he certainly has been able to, excuse the expression, show some wheels and getting past people. He flies on the floor.
Oh yeah, he's quick.
When he gets open room and just sprints, I mean, it's just...
And his maneuverability in the chair, you know? A little head fake this way and he's turning the other way. I mean, he's going around people like they're barrels in the way.
Looks like Red has 5 players right now, but we all know that's not legal, so Harold Bostic is going to exit the floor. Christopher Hall comes back on.
All right, Chris is back in. There's another one that can play the bomb play. All right, now, don't go out of bounds.
Chris Hall
puts it on the ball.
Gets a quick dribble, and he's in there for the score.
Yep.
2:29 left, a 19-point advantage for Black. And the final outcome of this game appears to be sealed.
Yeah.
But
I think Black knows that play's going to happen, but they're just letting it happen.
At this point, like you said, the final outcome is sealed, but Red is just playing for pride at this point.
We got a Red turnover.
And
Jeff's got a block.
Odom.
He's got some pickers there to block for him. Oh yeah, Chris got that corner open for him and he's in.
Absolutely. Now the closer that Chris is to the goal line, the more difficult it is for someone to get around him and stop Jeff's progress.
Right. He's getting in there and he's holding the space between that cone. The thing he has to be careful is he has to stay in the court. If he goes over the end line, he'll be in the penalty box and they won't have a chance for a goal.
Jeff Odom gets another turnover. He's been responsible for almost all of the offense and a vast majority of the defense for this Red team.
Oh yeah, he's quick.
Again, he maneuvers his way through there, just finds a tiny hole.
Looked like he had 2 guys blocking him and he managed to turn left, turn right, bang, bang, boom, he's in.
For the first time in several minutes,
nice
another turnover. Chris Hall, but he gives the ball
out. He turns it over again.
Jeff gets a hit in there.
Oh, Lonzo's getting on that one. Come on, Lonnie. Oh, yeah, but of course, Jeff Odom catches him and stops him before he can go very far.
Who else would it be at this point, you know?
And Chris is right there with him. All right, you got your 2 high pointers over here. We got to hit somebody low.
Good block off there by a combination of Jeff.
Mr. Butler put the ball down, so he's got a little more time. He needs a little ball support.
Looks like he went out of bounds.
Yeah, he went on the wrong side of the cone, I believe.
Oh, they are counting it as a goal.
They count it as a goal.
They are counting it as a goal.
You can score a goal, but if you hit the pylon, it's not a goal. But if the defensive guy hit the pylon, and that's probably what they're calling. The goal was right at the pylon. They're saying he was inside, so it's a legit goal. The pylon got moved by the defensive player.
Another long pass here. And we'll see if this Red player can do anything with it.
That's squirted away off Black.
This is going to be Red's ball still.
I think Red's going to get
They still have an opportunity for one more, maybe 2
I would think it would be Red.
Pride goals here. 1:01 left in the game.
I'll tell you, I don't want to go hanging with Jeff after this game. He's going to be one frustrated individual.
Well, that's understandable. He's put in a lot of effort, and unfortunately has not been rewarded for it today.
Not used to losing. Not used to losing and not a fan of it by any means.
Black is just grinding and clogging up the center of that court. Not a whole lot of room with 53 seconds to go. Looks like Black is going to It looks like they're going to get possession of the ball. I want to take one more opportunity to thank our sponsors, Highmark and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike, what are your thoughts about the player of the game? Who would you pick?
Player of the game? Well, you know, I always tend to go with the player of the game on the winning team. As much as Jeff Odom has been so impressive, you know, he has been one player of a game, but Scott Severn has also played a heck of a game, and his team is the one that came out on top. So, I mean, but I'll tell you, I have not seen a lot of Jeff Odom's play, and I'm very, very impressed.
Absolutely. As Chris Hall gets held up there by a pair of black players. And Jeff Odom again squiggling his way in for the score.
He just
44
sees
to
those
60.
cheers and starts driving around them.
Keep it close, Red!
Absolutely. 16-point deficit for the red team.
Nice stick, nice stick. Oh, and he's got another turnover.
Black team needs to.
I'll tell you, Jeff is on a mission now.
And he's
You
got 8
guys are not-
seconds.
you guys are
Can
not
he get
coming
in
home.
there to make
Oh,
this
he's
a
gonna need some
15-point
help.
game?
He's gonna need some help. He's got
And
it.
Chris Hall ends up scoring the goal to make it 60 to 45. And with 2
Hey, at
seconds
least
left,
they
that's
cut it
likely
to
going to be
15.
our
Yeah.
final score.
Yeah, I don't think they're going up.
And there it is. There's the buzzer. The black team prevails, 60 to 45, led by the heroic efforts of Scott Severn. The crowd gives both teams a big round of applause here. Take one more opportunity to thank our sponsors, Highmark and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Once again, this is Kevin Zuckerman coming to you from the David L. Lawrence Convention Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at the 31st Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games presented by Paralyzed Veterans of America and the Department of Veteran Affairs.
No, this is fine. Let it go.